guys, welcome back to my channel and happy Monday. So I have a very special video in store for you today because I'm actually doing a collab with the lovely Natalia Leigh. A couple of weeks ago, we asked you guys on Twitter what sort of topics you wanted to see for our collab. And the one we chose was lessons learned from our debut novel. So today I'm going to talk about the 5 main lessons I learned from my debut novel, The Alpha Drive. And then make sure you head on over to Natalia's channel to watch her video. In case you don't know, Natalia is a fellow writer, author tuber, and a total girl boss. She currently has 2 books published, Highborn and Way of Spears, both of which are available on Amazon right now, so make sure you go check those out. They're linked down below. Also linked in the description box below are Natalia's lessons learned video, her YouTube channel, and her website. So make sure you go visit her and let her know that I sent you. Okay, so now let's get into the 5 lessons that I learned from my debut novel. Number 1, don't be afraid to market the book early on. Even if you're a first-time author, whether you're traditionally published or self-published, it is so important to build hype around your book at least 3 to 6 months prior to the publication date. You can write the book, you can publish the book, but if you don't let people know about the book, then it's just going to sit there on Amazon and no one's going to buy it. I know it can be really nerve-wracking as a first-time author to kind of build your author platform and start marketing your book before it's even been published yet, but I will tell you this is a crucial piece of your journey, especially for your debut novel, so don't take it lightly. Reach out to book bloggers, book reviewers, booktubers, and see if they will review your book, especially those that maybe have a platform and they're already somewhat established. They can help get the word out about your book and help you build hype around it. This is one of the biggest mistakes that I made because The Alpha Drive, which is my debut novel, was published in November of 2015, but I really didn't start my marketing efforts until probably January, February of 2016. So I waited a few months to do that. I realized there were no sales. And like I said, just because you publish the book and it's available on Amazon, it doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to just stumble upon it or know about it. You have to make them know about it. You have to get it out there so that they know it's out there. There are millions of books published every single year, so in order to make yours known, you have to put in the effort and market it. Lesson number 2, always order a physical proof of your book. And I would recommend doing this at least 2 months prior to the publication date, so that way if there are any errors, you have the time to fix those mistakes. Looking at your manuscript on the screen once it's formatted is great, but it's really important to actually order a physical proof that you can hold in your hands and actually flip through to make sure that the cover looks good, the back cover looks good, the barcode and the ISBN is all correct, as well as the interior formatting of the pages. You want to make sure that there's no awkward spacing or awkward lines, that none of your text is cut off, that it's centered on the page, and that your running head and also your page numbers are all cohesive and consistent, and that everything looks good. And while you can sit there and flip through a digital proof on CreateSpace, that's helpful only to a point. I think it's really important that you go ahead and order a physical proof and flip through it to make sure it's exactly what you want it to look like, because that book is what is going to end up in your reader's hands. So for me, I just want to make sure that it looks exactly how I want it to look and that there are no changes to be made. And doing this 2 months in advance is really helpful, at least for me, because that allows me enough time to make any changes if I need to. For some people, they may need 3 to 4 months ahead of time, depending on your schedule and what that looks like. But for me, I like to order it at least 2 months prior to the publication date. Again, when you order yours will be completely up to you. Natalia actually goes into more depth when it comes to proofreading and editing, so make sure you go watch her video after you finish watching mine. Lesson number 3, triple check for consistency. So by this, I really mean that making sure that everything that is on your book cover, so front and back, is consistent with what you have in the system, like on Bowker for your ISBN, as well as for CreateSpace and Ingram Spark. And I'll use an example as to why, which again was my debut novel, The Alpha Drive. It was about 5 days before I was supposed to press approve and have it launched and go live and be available to purchase on Amazon. And I noticed 5 days before that the ISBN on the paperback version was not the correct ISBN. And I know I'm using abbreviations. ISBN is your International Standard Book Number. So it's basically your social security number or the ID for your book. So my cover designer and I had gone through so many revisions of the paperback cover as well as the hardback cover that I think somewhere along the lines the ISBNs got switched. And so when I looked at my paperback cover, I realized that the ISBN was wrong. It read the hardback cover's ISBN and then vice versa. So I could have gone into Bowker and just switched this real fast, but there is an approval process within Bowker, and I wasn't sure, since this was my first novel, how long that actually takes. I found out it really takes only 24 hours, just as a side note. but I didn't know how long it was going to take, so I just called up my cover designer and told her that these had gotten switched and that if she could just work really fast to switch them again and send me the new covers with the correct ISBNs for paperback and the hardback, that would be great. It ended up working out, but 5 days before your launch, that's really, really stressful. You don't want to have to be dealing with uploading new formats, because then CreateSpace and Ingram Spark have to approve that new cover every time you upload it. So that's why I added this on here, just making sure that everything is consistent with your book cover as it is in the system, and really triple checking to make sure, you know, that your back cover blurb also matches what you've written in CreateSpace and also Ingram Spark, and then making sure the ISBN is correct on the little barcode on the back of your book as it is in Bowker. Lesson number 4, make sure all formatting is done at least 3 months ahead of time. I'm going to be honest, formatting is a huge pain, and I know this because I do all of my own formatting for all of my books. The biggest thing here is that there is a different format required for your hardcover manuscript than for your paperback manuscript than for your ebook manuscript. So making sure you have all of that formatting done at least 3 months ahead of time will really save you a lot of headache as you get closer to the publication date. It's really just preparation and making sure that the formatting is correct, that the page sizes are correct, that it's in .pdf or .word or .epub, depending on what format you're publishing in. Natalia's video does have more detail on this, so make sure you go watch hers. And my last and final lesson learned for my debut novel, number 5, is to not rush and to not compare yourself to anyone else. When I first decided that I was going to self-publish my debut novel, I really played the comparison game a lot. I would look at other self-published authors and traditionally published authors and just kind of see where they were at in their journey, and I would start comparing myself and comparing my journey with theirs. And what I've come to realize, especially this past year, really the past 5 to 6 months, is that you just cannot compare your journey and your path with anyone else's, because everyone's journey is going to be so different. My path and my journey is unique to me, and no one else is going to experience this exact same journey or path. And that's a good thing. You don't want to experience the exact same person's journey or path, because then it's not truly yours. It's not unique to you. So did I make mistakes with my debut novel? Absolutely. And I think a lot of people do. But the important thing is that there are lessons to be learned, and you take those lessons, you learn from them, and you don't repeat them in the future. And then you can make videos like this one that can help other people to ensure that they don't make those same mistakes that you did. Along the same lines of comparing yourself to other people and their journeys, I just want to say to remember to be your most true, authentic, genuine self. People can spot inauthenticity from miles and miles away, and I will tell you, if you're not honest with who you are and you don't portray yourself as the person you actually are, you probably aren't going to succeed. Your journey, your path, your stories, your voice is unique to you, and that is what makes you special. So please don't try to imitate anyone else, because you're doing yourself a disservice and you're also doing the world a disservice. You are unique and special, and we need your voice and your stories the way that you're going to write them. So please don't rob the world of your amazing gifts. So there you have it. Those are the 5 main lessons I learned from my debut novel. If you like the content today, please give this video a thumbs up to support my channel, and don't forget to run on over to Natalia's channel, because she has some really great lessons learned that I think you guys will really benefit from. Also, in case you don't follow me on social media and you didn't watch my vlog from last Thursday, because I know there are quite a few people who only watch my writing advice videos and not my vlogs, I did have something very exciting happen last Monday, and that was that I actually hit the international Amazon bestsellers list for the Alpha Drive trilogy. So it was a really amazing feeling. I vlogged about it in last Thursday's vlog. In case you want to go watch that, I will leave it linked down below. I also opened up in my podcast called That Smart Hustle about my journey, my very early journey when I first started writing and I was thinking about publishing and becoming an author, and how originally I had started to go the traditional route. And I really open up in that podcast about that whole journey, about how many rejections I received. So if you're kind of looking for some motivation or inspiration, or just want to learn more about my journey, make sure you check out my podcast. It is available on iTunes and SoundCloud, and you can find the links in the description box below. All 3 of my books in the international best-selling Alpha Drive trilogy are available for purchase on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, as well as the Book Depository and Books A Million. And my newest book, Shadow Crown, which is a young adult dark fantasy novel, will be releasing this year on October 3rd, and it is available for pre-order on Amazon right now. Don't forget, you can also order signed copies of all of my books for just a few dollars more than if you were to buy them on Amazon, Amazon. For more information, go to my website at kristenmartinbooks.com and click on the Buy Books tab on the menu bar. If you're a big fan of audiobooks, make sure you check out my affiliate link with Audible in the description box below. You can get a free audiobook download and a free 30-day trial for their service. I do offer some writerly services, including first chapter critiques, as well as 30-minute and 60-minute Skype consultations. And if you are a teacher, educator, or librarian, I do want you to know that I am now offering school visits. So I can come speak at your school or host a workshop. For more information on the services I offer and how to book me, you can go to my website at kristenmartinbooks.com and click on the Services Offered tab, as well as the School Visits tab. The Hustle Smarter, Not Harder webinar series is still going strong, and there are still spots available, and you can still get it at the discounted rate until August 31st. Also, I did announce this in last Monday's video, but if you sign up for the Hustle Smarter, Not Harder webinar series before August 31st, you'll actually be in the running to win one autographed ARC, which is an advanced reader's copy of Shadow Crown. I will be giving away 3 ARCs, and the winners will be announced in my video on Monday, September 4th. But in order to win one, you have to sign up for the webinar. And even if you don't win one of the ARCs, I will be sending all participants, all registrants for the webinar series a $10 off coupon code to get a signed paperback copy of Shadow Crown once it does come out on October 3rd. You can sign up for the webinar series and learn more at thatsmarthustle.com. A certain percentage of the proceeds from the webinar series will be going to a charity that I have almost fully picked out, so just know that it is going toward a good cause. Again, make sure you're following me on social media like Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, so that way you don't miss out on any behind the scenes footage, price promotions, giveaways, and much more. And if you have any questions or think of a topic for one of my next videos, please leave a comment down below. You can also ask a question or post a comment anonymously on my Ask Me Anything page on Tumblr. Again, everything you want to know is in the description box below. Thank you so much again for watching. I would love for you to hit that subscribe button on your way out. Don't forget, I post new writing advice videos on Mondays and personal day in the life vlogs every other Thursday. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.